What's up, Spartans? Batman from TST Gaming here to keep you updated with everything Halo. And today, we're giving you our review of Halo Infinite. But before we get started, please subscribe for more Halo content. As we've seen in the trailers, Master Chief is awoken after floating through space, and his suit is jump-started by a new character known as the Pilot. Also in the trailer, we're introduced to the weapon, otherwise known as Cortana 2.0. And after arriving on Zeta Halo, they get to work on fighting against the banished occupation on this ring. With this being Halo's first truly open world environment, I was very impressed with how well the game handled. Now, I played it on an Xbox Series X, so naturally it would perform a little bit better on this console versus maybe the Xbox One. But I have looked at reviews from last gen's consoles, and so far it's been working well on their side. The campaign itself is very fun. There's a lot of weapons, a lot of boss fights. The graphics are fantastic. There's a lot of story elements that really humanize the Chief, as well as showing how much he's grown as a character. Now, as far as the multiplayer goes, the multiplayer is a lot of fun, and the thing that seemed to be the general consensus from my point of view was that with Halo 4, the campaign story was praised, but the multiplayer was not. And then with Halo 5, the multiplayer was praised, but the campaign was not. This was a nice surprise because both the campaign and the multiplayer were fantastic. The story itself, while not game-breaking by any means, does set it up nicely for future content, which it's sure to have, given that they've said that Halo Infinite is going to be the next Halo for the next 10 years. With the multiplayer, 10 maps were released, which isn't small when you look at the launch history of Halo as a whole. However, 7 of those maps are for Arena, 3 of them are Big Team, and of those 7, 2 are a little bit too big to be used in every scenario. With only 10 maps and 4 more months on the season, there's not a whole lot of content. Now, there is a lot of replayability with the current content that we have. Again, the multiplayer is fantastic. They've added some new game modes, as well as you can go back and play the campaign on higher difficulties, or you can even try to 100% all the items on the map itself, like fighting skulls and saving Marines. The graphics, I gotta say, are such a huge boost in this one. I feel like the graphics are exactly where they should be, and with it being able to be played in open world the same way, it's fantastic. One thing that's really cool that isn't a spoiler is that when you are in a cutscene, whatever weapon you were using last, that is what the Chief is holding. And that's a really cool thing because it makes you feel like it is your story. I hate it when you're playing a game and it's a pre-rendered cutscene and they're holding a gun that you weren't even holding for the last half of the mission, just because of the sake of story. Now, at the time of this recording, I will say that I don't feel like the game is quite 100% where it should be yet. I think it needs more maps, more modes, as well as just some idea as to the future of DLC content. Now, it does look like our first DLC will be called The Endless, and my guess is we're going to be getting that sometime in the fall or winter of this year, and that we'll first hear about it at E3. Halo Infinite's single-player campaign was such a blast. This is basically what the dream of any Halo player who loves the campaigns is that you could just wander around a map and go do whatever it is you want to do. And one critique, and I think they're going to fix this with upcoming DLC, is that it felt like it was just in one biome. If they could get us like a winter biome or some desert landscapes, so we can actually feel, because even in the original Halo, we traverse snow, sand, grass, swamp, and other terrain. In this one, it felt like it was just one big area that was all the same: grass, fields, and mountains. Now, I do think that in expansions, we're going to get more of the ring with different environments in terms of potential weather, maybe even different animals. And the whole time you're fighting the Banished, you have the background of the amazing Halo Infinite soundtrack. And some of the songs just make you feel right back at home in the Halo saddle. To me, the multiplayer is the best part of this. The fact they let it be free to play allowing it to appeal to a broader audience, and that the campaign is on Game Pass ensures that a lot of players are going to play this game. Now, again, as I said, I don't think the game is really complete yet, but I think this is a great start for what the series needed. Revitalizing not just the campaign side of things, but the multiplayer as well. It's the first main Halo title in over 6 years, and in my opinion, it was worth the wait. To rank this game, I would give it an 8 out of 10, mostly because I feel like there's more that needs to be done for the game to be a 10. But the feeling of the game, the gameplay itself, is fantastic. I love jumping back in and playing multiplayer. There's so many weapons to master. They also have the perfect way to onboard new players. They have the academy, they have the weapon drills, they have the training mode, and they added bots as well, which is a lot of fun, which allows you to truly build up your skill over time rather than just jump right into multiplayer with people online or even rank. While the game itself is not perfect, I truly believe it's going to be one of the most popular games for this generation's hardware. And that's all we have for today. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching TST Gaming, and until next time, just play.